What's going on, guys? I'm going to talk to you in this video about the easiest way for you to ruin your 20s. So if you're in your 20s and you're watching this video, I'd ask that you listen to me because I'm 27 years old and some of these lessons I didn't learn until I was in my mid-20s. And if you take this to heart, it's going to help you guys out significantly. So that being said, guys, I'd ask that you subscribe to the channel, support the channel if this helps you out, like the video, smash the likes, all the stuff that you guys know how to do. Support the channel if this helps you guys out. That's our goal with this channel. I want to make this a hub for people who are trying to make things happen and who are young men trying to be successful in this world, right? That's the entire channel. So that being said, the easiest way for you to ruin your 20s and to waste your 20s and set yourself up for failure in your 30s, 40s, and 50s is to go through life without a plan, right? Very simple. If you're going to go to California or Florida or Canada, right, and you're going to hop in the car, what do you need? You need a map, right? You have to understand what you're shooting for and where you're going first. Kind of common sense, right? A lot of people don't even have goals. A lot of people don't even have any kind of direction as to what they want to do with their lives. They have no idea, right? All they know is they see people who are, living a high life on Instagram or YouTube or whatever it is, and they say they want that, right? Well, they don't know whatever that life is that they're envisioning, they don't know what that took, right? And it takes a lot more than what you think, right? A lot more time, a lot more money, a lot more focus, a lot more attention, a lot more getting outside of your comfort zone on a daily basis. That's what it takes. All that and a whole lot more than that, right? It takes a lot to get where you want to go in life. And it's very difficult, and it's not easy, and it's going to suck most of the time. And if you're trying to do that without even having a plan, man, you have no chance. Zero chance, right? Zero chance to be successful if you don't even know what your plan is, what your goals are, what you want to do. You're just wasting your time at that point. You're going to make yourself miserable wanting this thing that you don't even know how to achieve. You're just going to be miserable. It's not a good existence, right? You're much better off just giving up those dreams and just living a regular life. You'd be much more fulfilled if you did that, right? And that's kind of, it's hard to say, but I mean, most people would be better off doing that, just giving up and not even, pursuing the things that they say they want because they don't take it seriously, right? They say they want to be in shape, but they don't go to the gym. They say they want to make money, but they don't watch videos. They don't take courses. They don't, stay up late to work on their business, right? They say they want to meet other friends or other people, or they want to have a spouse that they care about, but they're not putting themselves out there. They're not getting outside their comfort zone. They're not doing those things that it's going to take to be able to get those results, right? And it just comes down to how serious you are about your goals. That really is what it is. And even before that, it comes down to sitting down and setting goals, right? Again, this video is about how to waste your 20s. If you're in your 20s right now and you don't have a plan, dude, you're behind. You need to be coming up with a plan, sitting down, thinking about the things that you want out of this life, and identifying the steps that you can take on a daily basis for how you're going to get there. That's what you need to be doing every single day. You need to be taking steps towards your goals, identifying your goals first, and taking steps every single day to get closer to said goals. That's how you do it. There is no shortcut. There is no other explanation on how you do this, right? If you do not have goals set and you don't review those goals on a weekly basis at the least, right, you're cooked. You really don't have much of a chance, man. And you're just wasting your time because you're just going to go do this and go do that and go do this and go do that. And you're just going to wander through your life without a plan. And then you're going to wake up and you're going to be 35 and you're not going to be any closer to the goals that you should have set, right? If you want to make a lot of money, you want to build a business, that shit takes time. Okay, I don't care what anybody online says. If any YouTube channel, any person who's on Instagram selling you a course, I don't care what they have to say. It takes time to build a successful business. It takes time to get in shape. It takes time to develop a world-class skill set. And by the way, that is what makes you money in life, is a world-class skill set. You don't make money by having mediocre skills that everybody else has. You make money by being the best at what it is that you do. I don't care what it is. It could be underwater basket weaving. The best person who does that, I guarantee you probably makes a shitload of money, right? The best marketer, the best salesperson, the best artist, right? Those people are the ones who make a lot of money. You have to be the best. You have to dedicate yourself to a mission, to a goal, to something specific, and go after that with everything that you have, right? And if you don't start doing that in your 20s, it's not the end of the world. You can always be successful in your 30s and your 40s and your 50s, but to say that you're not behind would be disingenuous. You are behind if you don't have a goal and if you don't have plans and if you're not serious about your life in your early life, in your 20s, then, I mean, guys, you're behind the 8 ball. You need to be working as hard as you possibly can to catch up. And I'm not saying this to discourage anybody that might be, 30, 40 years old watching this video, but I just think there's so much bad advice going around the internet from people saying, oh, you've got time, when, someone is, 40 years old and they haven't had anything. They don't have any goals. They don't have any dreams. They don't have any of this kind of stuff. And people are saying that they have time. I mean, that's just not the case, man. As you get older, you have more responsibility. As you get older, you're probably going to get married at some point. As you get older, you're probably going to buy a house or, have kids or have all these different responsibilities. And you're not going to have as much time to dedicate into this project that you want to achieve, right? Whether that's building a business or, building a YouTube channel, whatever it is. It's just the reality. You're going to have less and less time as you get older because you have more and more responsibility. So you need to be maximizing your 20s when you're 23, 24, 27 years old to do everything that you can in order to set yourself up in your 30s and your 40s and your 50s, right? This is the time to build the baseline, the foundation for your life, right? And if you're not taking that seriously, you're going to be behind. And that's just all there is to it. I don't care what anybody says online about, hey, you've got plenty of time. The reality is you do have time if you're in your 20s. If you're in your 30s, you still do have time. I'm not trying to say that life is over, but if you don't have goals and plans and specific steps on how you're going to achieve said plans and said goals, then you are behind, right? And just saying, oh, well, I'll figure that out later, that is a losing mentality because these things take time. They take a lot of time. It's going to take you 5 to 10 years at least, in order to be successful at what it is you want to do. I don't care what it is. If you want to be a world-class guitar player or, build a successful business or, do anything, it's going to take you a long, long time. You know why? Because to develop the skills and in order to do that, it's going to take you a long time. It's going to take you a lot of reps, right? If you go to the gym and you've never worked out before and you start throwing on, 225 and you're trying to do bench press, do you really think you're going to be able to do that? I don't think so. It's going to have to start from the ground level. You have to build it step by step by step. That's how things happen in this world, guys. You have to build your life, your dream life, one day at a time, literally. That's what it is. Write out your goals, identify whatever it is that you want to do in your life, and then go after it. That's how you do it. There is no secret. There is no $997 course you can take that's going to help you do this faster. That is all it is. You have to be deliberate with your actions and deliberate with the results that you want to achieve in your life. You have to be specific, understand what you want, how much money you want to make, what kind of business you want to build, what kind of lifestyle you want to have, how much time you want to spend with your family, how much time are you okay with, devoting to this business, right? You need to be thinking about those things. If you're not doing that, then you're just not taking it seriously. That is the reality, guys. Take your lives seriously. Take your 20s seriously and don't listen to any of the garbage online of people saying that your 20s are for fun and vacationing and just like dicking around. That is not the case. Find me one successful person that just wasted their entire 20s and didn't do anything and then became super successful in their 30s. I mean, it happens, sure. I'm not saying that it hasn't happened before, but man, you're putting yourself at such a disadvantage if you're not taking your 20s seriously. And if you're, 18 years old watching this video, you're even farther ahead, right? You have all the time in the world, literally. To be able to get a head start on all the other people out there that are just wasting their lives in their 20s and just wasting time scrolling on TikTok all day long, watching all kinds of downer content and like consuming the news and like all kinds of stuff that just doesn't matter, man. Partying every single weekend, getting drunk, filling their body with alcohol and all kinds of drugs and all kinds of stuff like that. That's terrible for them, right? That is not what you want. You want to be the guy who puts his head down for his 20s, works his ass off for those 10 years, and continues to go with that attitude and that mindset going into his 30s. And by the time you hit your 30th birthday, you're going to have all this momentum. You're probably going to be making a little bit of money, and you're going to be in such a better spot than you were before, right? You may not be at the end point of your life on where you want to be, but you're going to be so much closer. And that's just how it is. And once you hit your 30th birthday, guess what? It's the exact same thing. You got to do the exact same thing that you were doing before. You have to grind. You have to show up every single day like it's your last day to make it happen. You have to grind. You have to work your ass off, man. You guys see it all over the place. People talking about how hard you have to work to be successful. You have to estimate that it's going to take you probably 2 or 3 times as much work as you think it's going to take in order for you to be successful. That's what it takes. And it's probably going to take you 4 or 5 times as long as you think it's going to take, right? If you think it's going to take 2 years, it's probably going to take you 10 years. Right? You need to be working your ass off, guys, especially if you're young, especially if you have energy, especially if you have time in order to go after those goals. You have to take it seriously. So please, please, please stop listening to all the garbage online of people telling you just to enjoy your 20s, don't take anything seriously, just have fun. You got time to figure out your career later. You do not have time, right? Maximize your 20s. Do everything you can every single day to move yourself forward. Learn something new every single day. Work as many jobs as you possibly can to scrape together as much money as you can. Go all in on a business. Learn skills, network with people, go to events, go to conferences, meet people, start talking to strangers. Guys, we talk about this kind of stuff all the time on the channel. That's what it takes. You have to do that every single day. Sometimes it'll happen in multiple decades, right? You have to take this stuff seriously. Because I just see so much garbage online of people who are, promoting content of like, hey, you've got plenty of time. No need to feel like you have a sense of urgency or all this other kind of stuff. And that's just bad advice. I don't care who it is. I do not care who it is. It's bad, bad, bad advice. Take your 20s seriously, guys. If you're in your 30s, again, this is not meant to discourage you at all. If you've wasted all your 20s and you're 35 years old listening to this video, good on you. Most people don't even figure this kind of stuff out. So take your life seriously. Write down your goals. Write down your dreams, the things that you want to do. Turn this video off right now. Turn off YouTube and get serious about what you want out of your life. Write it down. Then after that, go to ChatGPT and say, hey, this is my goal. What do I need to do every single day in order to get closer to that goal? And then build a plan. That's how you do it. There's no magic to it, guys. Build your life one day at a time. That is how it's done. That is how you become massively successful in life. That is how you build the life that you want. That is how you make the money that you want. And that is how you build the lifestyle that you want. It takes work. And that's just all there is to it. And you have to get after it because we're not promised tomorrow. Nobody's guaranteed to have another 10, 15, 20 years. We can die tomorrow. We could die today, right? So take your life seriously, man. Snap out of it. Get off social media. Get off YouTube and get serious about your life. I hope this wakes some of you guys up. I hope this helps some of you guys out. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear it. And again, as always, support the channel. If this helps you guys out, subscribe to the channel and smash the likes, guys. I love you guys. That's why I put out this content. I hope this helps you guys out. Peace.